and deliver the address. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for our distinguished speaker.
Dignitaries on the dais, in front of the dais, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wish you a very good morning and a happy, safer Internet Day. You know, this year has started with a bang. On 3rd of January, if you recall, Operation Absolute Resolve in Venezuela, the power was knocked out because of a cyber attack. The radars could not function. And there is also talk of the Havana syndrome, where the soldiers felt some pulse. Let me start with a space station sort of a view as to how the digital world is looking from top. And what we see is tremendous geopolitical turbulence in all continents of the world today. There is a weaponization of everything taking place, whether it is trade, technology, supply chains, and in cyberspace, there is, as you are aware, a lack of attribution, a lack of international laws, and this is something like the perfect storm for cyber criminals, which is why the World Economic Forum has consistently been saying that the annual losses are nearing 11 trillion US dollars. It's the third largest economy of the world today, cybercrime. In such a situation, the only answer left is what Ravi also mentioned, what Major Vineet also mentioned, which is resilience. How do we continue to provide operational continuity and business continuity in the face of cyber attacks? And the answer lies in a very simple acronym, PPTC. And I want all of you, especially the young people, to remember this. PPT is your standard PowerPoint. Add the C to it. The first P stands for people. Your own people, your own staff, and the skilled workforce that is there to protect your cyberspace. The second P is for processes. That is all your standard operating procedures, your audits, VAPTs, your policies, guidelines. The third T is an important one. Despite somebody in the morning saying that only 10% is technology, technology is very important. Because today, right from the endpoint to the network, the data at rest, in transit, the applications, everything needs to be protected, and the concept of zero trust architecture is gaining traction. And the last C, of course, is the cooperation part, which in cyberspace is very important. You see, your firewall is just like a black box. You have to tell it as to what it has to allow and what to stop. So where do you get that information from? That comes from the threat intelligence. It comes from around the world, from sensors like from MasterCard and Zscaler and all the other IT majors. So people, process, technology and cooperation. And in cooperation, let me add that we had created an international counter-ransomware task force. India was the founding member of that along with US. We started off with 5 countries. Today it has 77 nations as members. And the cooperation is so successful that in one particular case, there was a ransomware as a service criminal operator. We had entered his system with the help of Interpol and Europol, and we were sitting there for 3 months. And whenever he carried out a ransomware attack, we took out the keys from his system and gave it to the client. With that, over a period of 3 months, we saved about $150 million of ransom. Finally, of course, after 3 months, we got him down. In the Indian context also, we have created a national counter-ransomware task force in the Ministry of Home Affairs, which has all the elements as members. So people, process, technology and cooperation, please remember that, because that is the age of resilience. And finally, Vineet mentioned that we have to have trust. It is very important. Trust comes from another acronym which I will leave with you. It is STEP, S-T-E-P. S is for secrecy, T is for transparency, E is for ethical practices, and P is for privacy. So with that, thank you very much for having me here. Compliments to CyberPeace for organizing this very unique, very important event. Thanks to Vineet, thanks to Sri Pradhan, and wish you all a very successful day. Thank you. Jai Hind.